Hello, you guys, and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. I have been on a mission to declutter and organize every single room and every single space in my entire house, and I have been documenting the entire process. In today's video, I am going to be taking you through some of my most recent decluttering, organizing, and deep cleaning projects. A lot of people actually find my channel through my marathon videos, so if this is your first time here on my channel, hello and welcome. This is the perfect video for you to see what my channel is all about. My name is Aleah and I do post new videos every single week, and if you do enjoy this type of content, I would love for you to subscribe down below before you leave today. This video does include some of my big decluttering projects so far this year, and it also includes one of the biggest messes I have ever had to tackle. We had some tenants destroy one of our rental properties. It was probably the grossest mess I have had to deal with. So I did include all of that in this video, so you have 3 hours of major motivation. So put this video up on your phone or on your TV and let's get some stuff done together. Hello, you guys, and welcome back. I am decluttering my entire house one room at a time, and today's goal was to declutter and organize all of the bathrooms in my home. Each time I tackle a new room or a new space, I truly feel like there is a weight lifted off of me when I can see the clutter and the garbage physically leaving my house in garbage bags. I will admit, I used to be a big time spender. I loved shopping and I loved collecting and I loved having lots of items and lots of options. But as I have gotten older and with each year that passes, I have really started to enjoy the more minimal lifestyle. Now, to say that I am a minimalist is a stretch, but I have made huge improvements and taken the steps to enjoy a more clutter-free lifestyle. I started this decluttering journey in 2025 and we are continuing on throughout 2026 to see how much I am able to get rid of and how much we are no longer needing in this house. My bathroom specifically was one area that I have been avoiding. I really was not looking forward to it, and I knew it was going to be an all-day job, but like any project, I felt so good once it was completed. So like usual, when I am decluttering, I like to start with a nice and clean space. So I am just taking a few minutes to clean everything and wipe it all down before we start pulling everything out of the drawers and the cupboards. I always like to start in a clean environment before I start decluttering because, as you guys probably know, the mess always gets worse before it gets better. I think I'm going to be starting my spring cleaning, deep cleaning series earlier than usual this year because I am desperately needing it. I did skip out on a lot of my spring cleaning last year. I don't even remember why, but it is really starting to show. I wiped down the mirrors in here and the amount of dust up here was actually insane. It was such a thick layer, and I am just really noticing how dirty certain areas are starting to look. This drawer is where I keep all of my hairbrushes and hot tools, and to be honest, I don't really know how to organize this drawer any better. If you have any ideas, please leave them down below, but just having everything in one space works for me, so I decided to just move on to the next drawer, which was overflowing with products and perfume and boxes and bottles of all different types of stuff. I honestly didn't even really know what I had in this drawer, so I knew it was really time to go through it. Before putting anything back into the drawer, I also wanted to take everything out of this cupboard as well. This is my side of the vanity, and I wanted to see all of the products that I had because I knew I was going to be getting rid of quite a bit of it. I also knew that I was wanting to rearrange the location of a lot of the products I was using, so I just wanted to make sure I could see everything I had. I am also going to be emptying out this little drawer container. This does not really serve any purpose for me anymore, so I'm just going to put this in my girls' room because I know they will utilize this a lot better than I am, and it was mostly just taking up space underneath my sink. So this is my kids' bathroom, and we are going to be tackling this bathroom a little later on in today's video, but for now, I just wanted to grab their little medicine holder underneath their sink. I was wanting to rearrange this and use the acrylic organizer that I freed up from under my sink. This actually wasn't something I planned on doing, but as I was moving things around and reorganizing, I just thought this would look a lot better and utilize space a lot more efficiently for us, and there's just no need to have all of the medicine in their bathroom anymore. When they were younger, they were constantly getting colds and fevers, so we were always in and out of their bathroom getting the medicine. It was an easy central location, but as they have gotten older, we really don't need the medicine the same way, which is great. Their immune systems have been building up over the years, so I thought keeping this in our upstairs linen closet was just a better solution and just a better use of space for us. This acrylic container ended up being the perfect storage container for all of the medicine and all of the band-aids and wound care. I love the way this looks, and I am putting this on an upper shelf in my linen closet, so don't worry, my kids can't reach this. I do trust that my kids wouldn't touch this, and they do know medicine is dangerous, but you can just never be too careful with kids. I really wish I had a couple acrylic organizers to use in this cupboard here because I would love to organize this stuff a lot better than I'm worried it's going to end up being. I am going to use this metal organizer for now from the kids' bathroom, but I would love to have two big acrylics, one for hair care and one for skincare. It would just look really nice and put together, so I will be going to HomeSense to grab a couple things, but like I said, we're just going to make do with what we have right now. So as I was saying in that previous clip, before I started organizing this, I wanted to purchase some new acrylic organizers because I thought those would work a lot better underneath the sink. But as I was organizing, I feel like this metal organizer is perfect for this space, and I'm honestly not even sure I could fit two acrylic organizers underneath this sink. The pipe hangs down pretty low, and it just really isn't made for a lot of containers. So I think we are just going to go with the metal organizer for now, and that saves me spending any extra money on acrylic organizers. I also liked that it has 3 separate compartments. I was originally going to do hair care, skincare, and makeup in the 3 different areas, but obviously it makes more sense to have the products I use on a daily basis at the front. So I ended up organizing this by the products I don't use very often at the back, the stuff that I sometimes use or stuff I am wanting to try in the middle area, and then the stuff I use on a more daily basis I'm putting at the front. I am extremely happy with how underneath my sink ended up looking. I feel like it just looks a lot cleaner. It is obviously a lot more organized, and I can see every single thing that I have stored under here. So now we are going to start going through this drawer here, and for the most part, this is where we store all of our everyday products. This is where we keep our deodorant and our skincare and our hair care that we use every single day. And I just wanted to reorganize this stuff, and there was quite a few items that have slowly made their way in here that didn't belong in here, like these face masks and eye masks and hair masks. So I am going to be organizing these into this little acrylic, and I'm going to store these in this drawer. This is such a better space for them. Then they are not clogging up the room we need in this drawer. I have talked about this before, and I don't really love the drawers in my bathroom. They are very deep and kind of awkward in my opinion. So I do use organizers in here as more of a divider, but the organization just isn't my favorite. I don't think there's really another option. So I do kind of just place everything in categories and make it look as nice as I can. I ended up being very surprised at how nice I was able to get this drawer to look. This is a lot of my miscellaneous stuff that I still use and want to keep, but definitely not on a daily basis, and it ended up fitting perfectly inside this drawer. I also needed to find a new home for all of my perfume. I do store my perfume on my dresser in my bedroom, but I have been wanting to move it for quite a while, and I also had a lot of bottles of perfume just stored in the cupboard in my bathroom because I didn't have room for them on my dresser. So I decided to store them in my closet on this shelf. As you can see, Justin stores his cologne in here as well. So I just thought this worked perfectly, and this way, when I am getting dressed in the morning, my perfume is right here and I can spray it on right after I get dressed. So this is a great visual reminder for me as to why perfume is on my no-buy list. It's so dark back there, you can't even see all of the bottles, but I have 19 full-size bottles of perfume, and then I also have 5 travel sizes. So I just don't need any more. Perfume is something I have always enjoyed purchasing. I've always enjoyed collecting it. I wear it every single day and I love it, but I just don't need any more until I can use some of this up. And as you can see up here, Justin is no better. He also wears cologne every day and he enjoys having a collection as well. So we're in this together, but both of us are trying not to spend any more money on fragrances. So this drawer here is where we keep a lot of our overstock and our stuff that we buy in bulk, usually from Costco. So our toothbrushes, our toothpaste, bars of soap, shaving kits, all of that kind of stuff I store in here. So I can always open this drawer and check the inventory on what we are good on and what we are needing. This drawer here is where I have always stored all of my extra Bath and Body Works supplies, so all of the hand soaps and all of the body wash, which I actually use as bubble bath instead of body wash, but I knew I could make a lot better use out of this drawer if I took the soaps out and started storing them down here in our main floor bathroom, We don't have a lot in the drawers in this bathroom, so I knew I had a lot of extra space and I could utilize this bathroom as a place to store stuff to free up space where we need it. So I'm just giving you a quick overview of what the drawers are looking like. As you can see, they are pretty empty, and I am going to store the soaps in here moving forward instead. So now we are back upstairs, and I am adding a divider to this drawer here so I can start storing all of Justin's shaving stuff in this drawer, and then I can store his hair stuff in this drawer because, as you can see, this drawer here was not enough for him. It was absolutely overflowing. He has way too much stuff stored in here, and honestly, most of the stuff probably didn't even belong in this drawer, but it was very chaotic, and I decided it was finally time to separate a lot of his stuff to just try and keep it more organized for him. Splitting his products up ended up being the best decision I have ever made in this bathroom. It ended up working out perfectly. His hair stuff fits perfectly in here, and his shaving stuff is perfect in here. And now he can actually see what he has. So I'm sure this will be a lot less stressful for him. Not that he has ever complained. I swear men can deal with mess and disorganization a lot better than women can, but I am happy this is done, and I know he will appreciate being able to see what he has. So the last space in this bathroom that we were needing to declutter and organize was underneath Justin's side of the sink. This is where I keep all of the cleaning products and some of the extra supply that we have for larger items like lotions and shampoos and things like that. So I am just taking all of it out so I can wipe this area down, and then we can start going through all of the items and organizing what I want to keep. I ended up running over to the kids' bathroom to grab the bin that I keep the cleaning supplies for under their sink as well, because I was hoping to narrow down the bins to just one single bin of cleaning items underneath this sink. So I was just evenly distributing the two bins for this bathroom and that bathroom. And that way I was able to free up this bin to store all of the extra product that we had and I wanted to keep. I like using bins for stuff like this just because it does make it feel a lot more organized, even though you really didn't do too much extra. Bins just categorize things easily, and I just bought these bins from the dollar store. I think they were literally $1, and it was money well spent because, as you can see here, it looks really nice, really organized, and really clean. This acrylic organizer is where I store all of my makeup, and I decided it was time to downsize my collection. There was a lot in here that I no longer used, or makeup that was expired, or there were broken containers, just stuff that I was not ready to part with a few months ago, but I decided to just get it done today. Sometimes saying goodbye to stuff can be hard, but usually you will not miss it. And besides looking at this footage, I couldn't even remember what I threw out. So I was getting rid of a lot of bottles of foundation because I actually don't wear foundation anymore. I just use a little bit of concealer and blush, and then I am good to go. I also had a few mascaras in here that I just didn't like. So I got rid of those. I got rid of some eyelash glue because I quite literally never wear false eyelashes. I don't even think I own a pair of false eyelashes. So I don't know why I was holding on to the glue, and just saying goodbye to things that I truly did not need. Now we are moving on to my kids' bathroom, and their bathroom was an absolute mess. This is probably the messiest their bathroom has ever been, and I really do not like when their bathroom is messy. This is an area I like to always stay on top of so they can just have a clean space. It does not feel good getting ready in a messy bathroom. So I am going to quickly be cleaning this space up before we start diving into the decluttering of the drawers in here. As I was cleaning, I was just kind of shoving stuff into drawers because I knew I was going to be going through all of the drawers and organizing and decluttering them. So I really didn't care where I was putting stuff right now because I was going to be dealing with it very shortly. I didn't have to do too much organizing or decluttering in this drawer here. It's a pretty simple drawer. It's just their toothbrushes and toothpaste, but I did have a couple more packs of these little flossers, so I am just organizing those by color. So this drawer here has a ton of different stuff in it. It holds a lot of my girls' nail art kits, and we had a lot of temporary tattoos. And we also have these glitter tattoo sets, which if you have not heard of these, I highly recommend them. They are little stencils and you put this special glue and then you add the glitter, and these tattoos last for almost a week. They are so much fun. My kids absolutely love them. I will see if I can find them on Amazon. I did purchase them at a local craft fair, but they are such a hit. So, like I said, I highly recommend. But I just have a couple acrylic containers and I'm just going to organize this stuff the best I can and just get it into categories and make it look good to put back in the drawer. This drawer here is definitely the most disorganized drawer in this bathroom. This is where my kids keep all of their fun bath stuff. So we have a ton of bath bombs and bath crayons and bath paints and different shapeable soap containers. So much different stuff that they love to play with, but it is hard to keep organized when they are in and out of this drawer almost every single day. So I am, of course, just going to go through this and see what I can keep and what I can get rid of. Some of this stuff we have owned for over a year, and I don't know if the little bath bombs expire or anything like that, but if we haven't used it in a year, I think it's safe to say my kids are not going to miss it. I also had some spilled soap or something leaking in this drawer, so it is a really good thing I got in here to do it this day because I have a feeling this definitely could have damaged the bottom of this drawer. If you guys watched last week's video, you would have saw that I filled this bin up with clothes that no longer fit my kids, and I took it to Once Upon a Child to see what they would want to buy, and then I will just donate the rest. And this is what the bin is looking like. It was completely full. I had a ton of stuff in here and they took almost all of it. So I feel really good about that. There really isn't much left in here. And I did get $117 back. So it was worth taking in. I'm glad I took it. And now I'm just going to add this to my donation bag and get it all sent for donation. You guys also know that I am currently working on this area here, and excuse the mess. It is our hobby table. I've explained that to you guys before. We are always doing crafts and Lego and other projects here, but I want to get this to be a functioning, beautiful, cozy space. And I am starting to visualize what I am wanting here. And I did find this vase at HomeSense. It says handcrafted in Portugal, so it just spoke to me. It is very big. I don't even know if you can tell on camera, and it's kind of textured and it's just beautiful. And I thought it would look really good in this corner here. I also got these faux olive branch things that I am going to put into it. I got 2 sets of those. I might have to cut them down some, but I really like the way this looks. And I'm trying to decide what else to put over here. I really don't know what else. If I should keep it very simple. I thought about maybe adding a lamp, but we have the pot lights here, so it would never be used. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. But this is a good start, and I'm excited to see this space come together. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. The only downside of decluttering an area of my home is the rest of my house just gets destroyed. I feel like my entire house is a mess right now. I don't know what is going on. I truly feel like I cannot catch up. I cannot stay on top of it. And I'm genuinely getting a little stressed out about it. So I'm probably going to start filming again immediately tomorrow for my next video because I'm tired of living in absolute chaos. But I hope you enjoyed the decluttering in today's video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all very soon with another new video. Bye guys. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am in a different house. As you can probably tell, I am at our rental location. And I'm so angry and frustrated and sad, and I will show you why. Because we did just have our tenants leave, and the entire house is absolutely disgusting. It is trashed in here. I'm gonna show you guys a mess that you probably won't even believe in the basement. So we'll probably head down there first, and I will take you around to show you what we're dealing with. Justin is also here. He just went out to the vehicle to grab some cleaning supplies. We had to make a trip to Home Depot to get enough stuff to try and get this place cleaned up. So I don't even know what else to say. So let's just go and look around. So this is right when you come into the house, and there is so much garbage everywhere. But honestly, this is not at all the worst of it. We're gonna go downstairs and I will show you the absolute worst part. Oh my gosh, so prepare yourself, because you guys will not even believe what's going on down here. The smell, I can't. I'm so sad. So there was a dog down here, and I think they were putting the dog down here when they were at work, and there is dog pee and poop everywhere. Everywhere. All of these spots that you can see is dog accidents. So this on its own is going to take us hours. I don't even know where to begin. I'm gonna get a mask on because this is truly just a hazard at this point. So much of the insulation is ripped up. The furnace is leaking. It's just disgusting down here. We're missing all of this insulation. It's just so upsetting. I just am probably going to repeat myself the entire time I'm walking around here with you guys. But yeah, this is horrible, and I'm sorry you have to see that. Okay, so we are back upstairs in the kitchen, and I'm just so angry that we even have to deal with this.
We have had some really great tenants and we have also had some not great ones, but this is definitely the worst mess that we have ever been left with. And it's just insane. I don't know how people live like this and how people leave a property like this. I will never understand. But this is the dining room and there is stuff everywhere. The floors are a mess. Everything's dirty. The bathroom surprisingly isn't that bad, but the kitchen is the worst of it. But I will take you guys upstairs because it's also awful and frustrating. Okay, so let's go upstairs and show you what's going on up here. So here's the hallway. There's again just stuff everywhere. The laundry room is full of garbage and bags and towels, and I just don't even know what was going on. So this was the master bedroom and it's also equally disgusting. They must have had a rabbit or something because there's a bucket of like little pebble poops because of course there's more animal poop in this house. There is grass mess there. I have no idea. The closet is pretty empty and the bathroom is also fairly empty. But they just left it a mess. I just don't understand how people live like this. And it's just so sad and frustrating. Like I said, you're probably gonna hear me repeat that because I'm honestly in shock. We actually just saw the property this morning. We had no idea it was going to look like this. So it's still very new and very upsetting. And then this bedroom is also a mess. They left so much stuff behind. I truly just don't understand it. The only good news is besides the carpet, the walls and everything else won't have to be fixed. We'll have to replace the carpets and clean up the big mess in the basement, which Justin is currently working on right now. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go down there and help him or start on the garbage everywhere else. But let's get started on something because this is going to take forever.
Today's video is definitely going to be the most extreme and gross clean with me's I have ever done here on my channel, and I wanted to show you a few close-ups of some of the messes. There was moldy food and poop and garbage and splatters of who knows what everywhere in this house. So we have a lot to get done. I am starting the day by just filling up a bucket with bleach and hot water for Justin. He has taken one for the team and he is tackling the disgusting mess that is in the basement. So I'm just going to give this to him so he can start scrubbing and sanitizing the floors as best he can. And we are going to head back upstairs to start working on all of the garbage that is all over the house. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful start to your new year. I cannot believe another year is behind us. My first video back after the holidays is usually my New Year reset video that I film at my house, but as you can imagine, a lot of our time has been spent over at this house during the break, and the cleanup in my own home has definitely been put on hold. So that video will be up next week, but I thought why not start 2026 off with a bang and post this video as my first video of the year. This is definitely the dirtiest and most disgusting clean with me I have ever done, and I thought it would make a really good video. So why not make lemonade out of lemons, and hopefully something positive comes out of this. I won't lie to you guys, I was very angry and very upset when dealing with this, but it can be the price you pay when doing rentals. But you really do trust people not to treat your home like this and to not live like absolute animals. But it is what it is. It had to be dealt with, and I'm glad we are in the home stretch of getting it all done. But thank you so much for being here for another year and another video, and I am so excited for what 2026 will bring here on my channel. And if this is your first time here, hello and welcome. I would love for you to subscribe down below if you do enjoy this type of content so you don't miss any of my future uploads.
one garbage bag done, and I feel like we barely even started.
Not only was there garbage all over the countertops and all over all of the floors, but I was having to open every cabinet just to make sure there was nothing left behind because they did leave a lot of stuff everywhere. I also was throwing every single thing out. There was food and they left behind a lot of bedding and towels, but I was not comfortable keeping any of it to donate just because they did leave the house in such a disgusting state. I truly felt like it was all just garbage.
You feel so far away, though you're close.
I wanted to give you a couple close-up clips to just really show you how dirty everything was. Sometimes it can be hard to tell with the faraway clips, but everything just needed to be scrubbed and scoured. It was very disgusting, and I honestly don't know how someone lives like this. When we first arrived at the house and saw the mess that we were left with, it was very overwhelming and I really didn't even know where to start. So I did just grab a garbage bag and start throwing things out. As I was going, I decided this was just the best way to deal with it, and I wanted to make my way around the entire house and collect all of the garbage. Once the garbage was out of the house, it did feel a lot more manageable, and that alone made it look so much better. I am going to be hiring professionals to come in and clean the house. It is something I could tackle, but I know it will take me hours, if not days. So I'm going to hire it out and have the professionals come in and get it spotless. I know they're going to do a fantastic job. And at this point, we were pretty much cleaning to get it clean enough to have the cleaners come in, if that makes sense. That's how bad it was.
Okay, we have cleared out all of the garbage minus the fridge. I'm leaving that for last because I already know it's going to be disgusting. So I'm gonna leave that for last. So once I'm done the fridge, I can go home. But we filled 3 huge trash bags up and then the small one that was already filled. But it looks a lot better. The floors are still disgusting. I'm going to have to vacuum and mop them. The amount of fur and hair everywhere makes me think they quite literally never clean their floors. I don't know if you guys can see all of the hairballs, but it's really dirty in here. But it does look a million times better without all of the garbage. But now we're gonna go upstairs, which I'm equally dreading, but it'll be nice to just get this done so we can go and enjoy the rest of our Christmas break, because it is December 29th today, I believe, when we are doing this. So I want to just go home and hang out with the kids.
Before heading upstairs, I did want to pop downstairs to see how Justin was doing and see the progress he was making. And unfortunately, even with him scrubbing and scrubbing the cement with the bleach mixture, we could not get the smell out. We did try a couple different things over the course of a few days, and nothing was working. So we did end up having to call a restoration company, and they are going to be coming in, I think, next week to get this dealt with, because the smell is something that I will not tolerate. I want to get this house back in perfect condition for our next renters, because we love this property and we want to rent it to someone that will take care of it, and we want it to be in perfect shape when we find that person. So as much as it sucks and it's such a pain in the butt and it is also very costly, it's worth it to get this house back in order. When I picked this bag up, it was extremely heavy, so of course I made the mistake of being curious and looking in the bag, and it was full of poop and litter, because of course there's more animal feces in this house. I truly have no idea what was going on, and I will also make the statement that they were not allowed any of the animals except one dog, which we of course didn't know was locked in the basement a good majority of the time, which is also so incredibly heartbreaking. So the entire experience was just a disaster with these tenants.
I don't know if this is rabbit or hamster or guinea pig or whatever kind of poop this is, but I have no idea the best way to clean this up. So I don't know. I might just have to throw out my vacuum after this.
I quickly decided that I would just pick up and clean up what I was able to with my gloved hand, because I knew we were going to be tearing this carpet out, so there was really no need to vacuum to try and clean it. And Justin will just roll up anything that is left over into the carpet when he takes it out of here. We have also already went out and picked our new flooring for this house. We are going with a click together vinyl plank, and I think it's going to look really good. And I am happy to get rid of this disgusting carpet. And I know hard flooring is definitely a better option for a rental. So I am excited to get that installed, and I can bring you guys back over here in a future video to show you how things are looking and how things are coming back together, because I cannot wait to get this house back into the state that it deserves to be in.
I wanted to know what it's like to drive down Sunset Boulevard with you. And I just want to take one more bite of everything and every avenue. Like cold drinks, summer nights. Let's get a little too drunk. Are you down? 'Cause I just got to.
Okay, I am in the home stretch. I feel like I look crazy, but I got a new pair of gloves after cleaning up all of the hamster poop, the guinea pig poop. I have no idea, but it was poop. So got rid of my gloves. I got a new pair. I have one more garbage bag. So luckily we only have 2 more rooms to do, and one of them looked pretty empty. So I'm hoping this is enough, because I did not realize I only brought 10, but to be fair, I thought that would be enough. But we're in the home stretch. I can't wait to get this done. This is not the plan I had for my day today, but it's gonna be good to get it done, and knowing the mess just isn't sitting here waiting for us. But yeah, Justin just ran to Home Depot to grab a new furnace filter, because if you can believe that, the furnace filter was absolutely clogged. No shock there. So he ran to Home Depot to grab a couple things. I'm gonna finish up here, and I'm gonna make you guys come with me, because this is quite the adventure. I will also say these bathrooms are shockingly clean for how disgusting the rest of the house was. So there's not much to do in the bathroom. There's a sponge, so that's not bad. But that does really surprise me.
Take a look at all the shining lights, and nothing beats that view. We
So thankfully, this was the last bedroom we were having to clean up. The other bedroom was surprisingly empty, which was really nice. So we didn't have to get anything out of that room. This was the last area, and I was hoping to be able to fit most of it into the garbage bag. I did decide to also utilize this laundry basket that they left behind, because a lot of this was just sheets and bedding, and I knew I still had the fridge to clean out and wanted to leave some room in my last garbage bag.
Sweet talk, sun-kissed skin. Let's just go all in. 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view.
Now I am just bringing all of the garbage from upstairs down to my pile of garbage from downstairs, and seeing this is honestly kind of shocking. I cannot believe I was able to get so many garbage bags filled with garbage.
Yeah, it makes you want to know.
These clips of ripping out the carpet were taken by Justin a few days after the cleaning day, so they do look a little bit strange because he did film them on his phone, but he wanted to get some clips for me because these carpets were even worse than we were expecting them to be. The amount of stains all over them was disgusting, and they were stains on stains on stains. You could tell this was where a lot of the smell was probably coming from. Of course, the basement was a big issue as well, but I'm so happy that we are ripping these out and we are just getting a fresh start in this house, because this is absolute insanity and I truly just can't get over how disgusting this is.
Yeah, this place just makes you, it makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to.
So we knew the carpet in the master bedroom was going to be disgusting, but as you can see here, the carpet in the hallway was almost just as bad. It is so stained. You can tell it has been saturated quite a few times, and I'm just really happy to get these out of the house. We also ripped out the carpets in the other two bedrooms, and even the subfloor in some of the areas was stained, so the pee and whatever else had leaked all the way through the carpet and the matting into the hardwood. So we are going to be getting this treated by the restoration company as well. We are covering all of our bases to make sure we don't have any smell issues moving forward. We want everything to be clean and hygienic, and I'm very glad we are having professionals coming in to help us with some of these jobs.
There's another side of you trying to break through, able to tell the truth.
So we were wrapping up for the day, and the last thing I had to tackle was the fridge, and it ended up not being that bad. So I was very relieved for that.
Another side of you trying to break through, able to tell the truth. No one else can see you like I do. All you ever do is say how far you wanna go. Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're
Okay, I am calling it a day. We still have so much work to do here, but we got all of the garbage out of here. And honestly, more importantly, the entire basement has been scrubbed and scoured with bleach. So we'll check on it in the morning, see what things are looking like down there. Justin's just loading the truck up with the 15 bags of garbage that I managed to collect around here. And that's just as good as it's gonna get for today. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and at least found some entertainment in our suffering. I'm just kidding, but I hope this turns out to be a really good video. I thought it might, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you'll have to let me know down below. And to be honest, I hope I never have to film a video like this again, because this was not fun and I feel like I need to take a long hot shower when I get home. But thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate the support more than you know, and I will see you again very soon with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I don't usually start my videos off with a face-to-face intro, but I wanted to just give you guys a quick disclaimer about today's video, because it's going to be, well, it's gonna be a really good one, but I am absolutely dreading it. I am finally going to be tackling my disaster of an office. We are going to be cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and it's probably gonna take me the entirety of the day. I have put this job off for months. I actually had this as one of my New Year's resolutions in January, and it is now the end of November, and I'm gonna get it done, and you guys are gonna come with me, and it's gonna be good. This is by far the messiest room in my entire house. It is so disorganized, it is so chaotic, and I will show you guys around before we get started so you can take it in all its glory, because I want to keep it real with you guys. It's really bad. So I hope you all enjoy today's video. Grab a cup of coffee if you want to sit back and relax, or if you want to get up and clean with me, that's great too. But whatever you are doing, I hope you enjoy it, and let's take a look around. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you walk into my office. I will say I try and keep this area here looking clean and decluttered, so when you're looking into the office, it may give the illusion that it's not a disaster in here. But when you turn this way, it is a mess. I can't even walk around this side of the desk because I have so much stuff stored in here. This pile here is one of the worst. So much paperwork, just so much everything that I have to go through. I want to go through all of this. I have things that need to be stored downstairs. I have a bin of birthday stuff right here, and the last birthday we celebrated was Rowan's in October, so there's no need to have that in here. My kids love to do crafts on my desk. I also have my laptop from when I was working this morning. And not only is it the messes that you can see that are the problem in here, it's also the messes that you can't see. Every single drawer and every single cupboard in here is disorganized and cluttered and just full of junk. So I have a lot of work ahead of me, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get it done and just take the space back, because it's a problem.
So my first order of business in here was definitely clearing off the floor. I needed to be able to walk around in here to get it decluttered, and I was not even able to do that. I have accumulated so much stuff in this room that it is hard to move around in here, let alone create a space to empty out the drawers and start the decluttering process. So this was definitely the first order of business. So I think my biggest problem with this room is that I almost treat it like a storage room. When I don't know where to put something, or something in my house doesn't have a place, I find myself sticking it in here. Then I can just shut the door and the mess is hidden from the outside world. I have really been working on getting into a better habit of dealing with a mess or an object properly the first time. So if I have something in the kitchen that doesn't belong there, I will make the effort to deal with it at that moment instead of just moving the mess to the office. but I have been doing that for the past year and things have accumulated. So I wanted to get this room back to the basics so I could really stay on top of it and also just implement my new routines with trying to stay on top of everything. So that was the goal today. I think the office is the last room in my house that I was needing to overhaul. I have been on a decluttering journey the last couple of years, and this is the room that I have been dreading. I have neglected it, I have ignored it, and I am really happy to be in here and getting it dealt with today. It was the last dark cloud in my house that we had, and I will say the feeling at the end of getting a project like this tackled is so worth the time it takes to get it done. One of the biggest clutter contributors in my home is definitely paper clutter. Between having 3 kids that bring home paperwork from school almost every single day, whether that be schoolwork that they did or maybe a test that they did or flyers or fundraisers and just all of the miscellaneous stuff that comes with being a school kid. And then we have the bills for the house and bank statements and coupons and flyers for the grocery store and everything else that comes in the mail. Paperwork accumulates very quickly in this house. And this is one of those things that if you deal with it right when it comes in the door, it would literally take 1 to 2 minutes. But I have always made it so much harder on myself, and I would just put it in a pile and add it to my to-do list to deal with later. And that is definitely not the best way to deal with it. I feel like as moms, we are already so busy. We have such a mental load when it comes to everything that is on our to-do list on a daily basis. And I think that's why something as simple as paperwork can feel overwhelming. And that is where I have gotten to. I felt like dealing with the paperwork when I was already dealing with 10 other things when my kids walk in the door, it just felt overwhelming when it really didn't need to. So this is another thing that I have implemented into my life. And I take that time every day. When my kids empty their backpacks, I will quickly go through any of the paperwork that they brought home. I will recycle what we don't want, and I will keep what we do want. And it has been such a huge weight lifted off me. I know it probably sounds silly to some of you, and I'm sure some of you can relate to what I am saying. It's not always the specific task that is overwhelming, it's adding it to the pile of tasks that you already had going on.
You're gone now, will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
So now we are going to be taking a couple minutes to clean and declutter and organize my Cricut cart area. And I didn't know it at the time, but I do end up getting rid of this cart by the end of today's video. It was kind of a hard decision because I love this cart. It is organized and it's labeled and it's just the perfect storage place for all of my Cricut stuff. But I knew I didn't need this much of it, and I do end up decluttering my collection quite a bit, and I knew I could utilize this space of the room a lot better than having this cart sitting here. So we will talk about that a little later on in the video.
Yet so close, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces.
So, a little fun fact about this video that's not really that fun at all is this is actually my second time editing this video. I was almost completely done editing yesterday and I was taking a break and I left my laptop on the counter in the kitchen and Rowan accidentally knocked it onto the floor and it completely broke. I was absolutely devastated to say the least. Obviously, I was sad to lose all of the work that I had just done, but these laptops are also so expensive, I could cry just thinking about it. Justin immediately took it in to see if it could be fixed, but unfortunately, we did not have any luck. So I did decide to purchase a new one right then and there so I could still get this video up for you guys today. This is also my livelihood, so it was a purchase that had to be made. I will also add that Rowan felt absolutely terrible and it was a complete accident, but it didn't make it suck any less. So I am currently re-editing this video on my new laptop. So if the voiceovers do sound a little bit different, it is because I am on a new system and I haven't worked out the kinks just yet. So please bear with me. But it was very important to me to still get this video up for you guys today. I was up till 1 a.m. last night working on the editing and I'm wrapping it up this morning. So I feel really good getting it done, but that was definitely a curveball I was not expecting. When you are decluttering and then trying to organize the space afterwards, I honestly think acrylic organizers are an absolute must. If you have a drawer where items don't flow together or there are a bunch of different types of categories, having some sort of organizers or some sort of drawer dividers will make the space look organized and feel functional. You can purchase all different types and sizes for pretty inexpensive off of Amazon, or you can even go to your local dollar store. Organization definitely does not have to be expensive, but it really does make or break the end result, in my opinion.
I've been racing against the clock. Now all I do is chase the sun. I tell myself that I'm
Being able to actually see what I had in this drawer was such a game changer for me. I honestly didn't use these drawers for anything other than throwing clutter into them. They were just not a usable space before I started this project, and it just feels so good to have an office that actually functions as an office now.
enough. See, there's still time. The universe keeps drawing the line. Keep me honest, hold me still. The quiet pulls me in again. I'll own the weight of the things.
Justin just stopped by and dropped me off a coffee on his lunch break, which was so nice and honestly so needed today. So I just wanted to show you guys how cute the cup was from McDonald's. And I finally got the pink one, and I just feel like they did such a great job for their Christmas cups.
Keep me honest, hold me still. The quiet pulls me in again. I'll own the weight of the things that I've done and find peace with who I've become. So
I feel like you can really see what I mean with the organizers here. Even though I have so many different types of items in this drawer, it just makes it look like they all belong together and it keeps it a very functional space. Now we are moving on to the second drawer, and I decided to put all of my cleaning tool accessories in this drawer. I have a ton of different wet dries and robot vacuums and stick vacuums, and each of those comes with a bunch of different accessories. So I decided to store all of those items in one place, and I thought this drawer would be perfect for that.
The quiet pulls me in again. I own the weight of the things that I've done. Keep me honest.
I love my Cricut. I absolutely love creating projects with my Cricut, but this was when I had the realization that I had way too many Cricut supplies. When I have worked with Cricut in the past, and I have worked with them a couple times, they do send me a ton of great stuff. They are a very generous brand, and when I have partnered with them, they have sent me new materials every time. And I have just slowly accumulated way more than I need. So I knew it was time to go through this and get rid of what I knew I wouldn't be using anytime soon.
So we are currently on hour 2. We are 2 hours into this project, and I just decided that I am going to be getting rid of this Cricut cart, which makes me so sad because I absolutely love how organized it is and just how nicely everything fits. But I have so much storage in this area that I could get rid of this cart and put my robot vacuum and my wet dry and my stick vacuum all right here, and it would finally have a home, because currently it's all in my dining room, or like you saw, it was all piled against this window, and that's not ideal either. So I think I'm going to move this out of here. I don't use it as much as I should anyway. I'm going to take everything that I want to keep and move it into this drawer, and definitely one of these cupboards I think I could get emptied out. So I'll have more than enough space for it, but I think that's my decision. So let's get started on emptying this out.
You feel so far away, though you're close. Was your mind?
Before we started emptying out all of the Cricut materials, I did need to clear my desk off first for the third time during this project. I feel like when you are decluttering and organizing a space, the mess does get worse before it gets better, and that is what I was dealing with. But since I did need a lot of space to empty out my Cricut stuff to really see what I had, I needed to clean the desk off again first.
You play it cool, but underneath I know you're hiding something. Do you let anyone get under your skin? I just wanna get to know you, so would you let me get to know you, boy?
If this is your first time here on my channel and this is the first video that you are seeing of mine, I just wanted to say welcome. My name is Aleah and I am a mom of 3. I love to share cleaning motivation videos here on my channel every single week. I share a lot of decluttering, organizing, cleaning, and the occasional room makeovers. We are also about to start the process of developing our basement, so I will have a lot of fun content coming your way. So if that is the type of content you are interested in, definitely stick around and subscribe down below so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another video. I really appreciate it more than you know. And if any of you want to follow along over on Instagram, I am trying to post in between my uploads here on YouTube. Definitely head over to Instagram. It is just at Aleah Martins. I have the link down below in the description box if you are interested, and I would love to have you over there as well.
Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get get to know you. Ooh, I feel paper thin. Ooh, when will you let me in? Do you let anyone get under your skin? You play it cool, but underneath I know you're.
As we are going through all of this mess, I did want to take this opportunity to just say thank you to all of you for supporting me and supporting my channel. Every time you watch one of my videos or interact or leave a comment, it helps my channel so much, and it really does mean the absolute world to me. I truly feel like I can't put into words how much you all mean to me. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. I have been able to stay home with my kids because of YouTube. I have been able to make this a full-time job. And again, it is because of all of you. I also wanted to say thank you so much for supporting me throughout the sponsors that I choose to do here on my channel. I know a lot of people find sponsorships with brands to be kind of annoying, or maybe it's a little irritating to have them inserted into the videos. But to be fully transparent with you guys, sponsorships are a big way that I am able to support my family with YouTube. They are a big reason I am able to do room makeovers around my home, or maybe buy new products to try and share here on YouTube. And it is a big part of YouTube for me. So I did just want to say thank you so much for being supportive throughout my sponsorships. If you don't watch them and you skip over them to the rest of the video, that's okay. If you watch the sponsored portions, that's amazing. And if you have ever shopped through a link that I have included in my description box, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. I will never promote a product that I truly don't believe in. If I don't like it or don't use it or wouldn't recommend it to my own mom, I will not promote it here on my channel. That is something I can say 100% honestly. I do not take anything that I don't like. When I do get an offer from a brand, that is one of the main things I ask myself. First thing is, would I recommend this to my mom? Would I tell her she needs one? Should she buy one? Would I want her to spend her own money on a product? And if the answer is yes, I love to work with those brands. If the answer is no, I do say no. I have passed up opportunities that I didn't like or didn't believe in. So I did just want to add that as well, that I am not just pushing products to you guys. I truly like to recommend items that I enjoy or that I use and that I really stand behind. But thank you guys for any support that you show my channel, watching my videos, commenting, liking, subscribing. It just means the world to me. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but it's just all important things that I did want to say.
I wanted to know what it's like to drive down Sunset Boulevard with you. And I just want to take one.
I am so happy I made the decision to move all of my Cricut stuff into this cupboard. I feel like this is perfect for what I need, and I love that I freed up a new space in this room.
Let's get a little too drunk. Are you down? 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh. Yeah, this place just makes you, kinda makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. I just want to take one more sip.
As I was going through all of these cupboards, I did end up having a really good reminder on why it's important to stay on top of your inventory of things as you are buying them and know what you actually have in a cupboard. I had no idea what was in here, and I have not been through these in a very long time, but I ended up finding 40 glue sticks at least. I didn't count them, but I ended up having 3 or 4 different packs of unopened glue sticks. I don't know when I purchased all these glue sticks. I don't know why, but I didn't have to purchase any for back to school this year, but I ended up purchasing all new glue because I had no idea these were in here. So we are all set for glue now, but it's a really good reminder to make sure I am staying on top of what I have in here.
Would you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, girl, makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. It kinda makes you wanna.
I absolutely love this storage unit and shelving unit. We purchased this entire thing from IKEA. It is 3 separate pieces, but I think it was part of the same collection. I cannot remember the name of them, but I will try and link my office makeover video down below in the description box. I think I had everything we purchased linked in that video, and if you have not seen it, definitely check it out there. It was the first big makeover we did in this house, which is crazy. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, and it was definitely the one that started it all for us.
Warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, girl, makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. It kinda makes you wanna. Wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. Wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Would you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, kinda makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. It kinda makes you wanna.
I am feeling so good about the progress so far. Everything is organized and has a space. This is the cupboard with all of my Cricut stuff. This one here is extra school supplies and a few craft kits for the kids. This one is just miscellaneous organization for office supplies. This is all of my extra vacuum and wet dry pieces, anything to do with my cleaning items. This one is just a router, the kids back to school signs, and an extra mic for my voiceovers. This one is a little more miscellaneous. We have a balloon pump, some coin rollers, some extra cases for tablets and pencil cases, and then just some extra containers for organization. And in this cupboard, I just have some decor pieces for my interchangeable signs, my truck, and then this is my year-round decor that I just kind of store in here during the holidays. So we have lots of space to work with. I could definitely add more and kind of rearrange things. I also just have a little pile of paper here. This is just the kids' school photos. So I just have them here so I remember to give them to family, and I still have to put them in their frame for this year. And then over here, I have a little pile of artwork that I am going to keep. I have special school bins, but they're downstairs and I don't know where Justin put them. So I have to find those, and I'll organize all of that stuff into there when I get my hands on those.
There were so many stickers stuck to the hardwood in here, so you will see me bend down to scrape those off as I am vacuuming.
I am very happy with my decision to get rid of that Cricut cart and have a place for my robot vacuum and my wet dry vacuum. I feel like I need something for this wall here to just add some color into the space, but I am so happy this is done. It feels amazing having this done, and I'm honestly just very proud of myself for finally getting it tackled. Okay, you guys, I did it. I am so proud of myself for getting this done. I feel so good. It is organized, it's clean, it's decluttered, and it just feels like a space I want to spend time in. And I feel like it has been a really long time since it has felt like that. So I'm very proud of myself for getting this done. And it did take me 4 hours. So that's not too bad. I feel like it was definitely time well spent. But now I gotta go pick my kids up from school and start the second part of my day, which is school pickup, making dinner, homework, spending time with them, and then bedtime. And then I will reward myself tonight for all of the hard work I did today by sitting down and reading my book guilt-free. Actually, no, the new season of Stranger Things starts tonight. I am so excited. I completely forgot. So that is what we will be doing tonight, is watching Stranger Things season 5. I think that it's season 5. Let me know down below if you watch it too and what you thought of the episode, because by the time you see this video, you will have already watched it, I'm assuming, because it's Wednesday and I will be posting this on Friday. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. I will probably have 2 videos again next week on Tuesday and Friday. So be on the lookout for those. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. And I hope this gave you some motivation to tackle a space that you have been neglecting, because it feels really good. The feeling I have right now is so worth the time that I spent. And I will see you guys all very soon with another new video. Bye guys.
Hello you guys, and welcome back. I am excited for today's video because we are starting some spring cleaning, and I am giving you a little clip of underneath the couch in my living room. This is what made me want to start today. I know it's a little early for spring cleaning, but my house is in need of some major deep cleaning. So I thought, it's February, why not tackle it early? I am wishful that spring is right around the corner, but I have a feeling we still have another month or so of winter. But we are going to be starting things off in my living room today. This will be room number 1 that we are going to be cleaning from top to bottom. I plan on deep cleaning every single room in my entire house. Everything is just starting to feel dirty and dusty. There is buildup on the baseboards and the walls and the windows. Pretty much every single area needs some attention. I have always said my house is never dirty, but it is usually messy. There is a big difference. But lately, I've been feeling like my house is starting to get dirty, and I do not like feeling like that. So today's mission is the living room. The biggest thing I was needing to do in here was move all of the couch pieces and clean underneath these. I don't think I have done this since last January. So it has been an entire year since I have cleaned underneath the couch. and it definitely shows. There is so much garbage. We still have confetti from New Year's under here. There's tons of socks and food. It just was a mess. So I'm excited to get this tackled today, and I hope you all enjoy today's video. When we moved the toy box out of our living room a couple of years ago, I thought that would really cut down on the mess that collects underneath our couch, but obviously I was very wrong. There is still more than enough stuff to fall beneath the cracks of the couch and collect under here over the year. Our couch is in multiple pieces, and the pieces don't physically connect together. They are just slid together. So I find that does make the mess a little worse than it probably would be if it was just one solid piece. So many things fall through the cracks when my kids are sitting on the couch and then they don't realize, and we just never know how much has fallen underneath the couch until I move the pieces. It's really not that big of a deal. This is something I should do every year anyway. The amount of dust, dirt, and dog fur that had also collected under here was making me sneeze so much as I was cleaning it up. I feel like I probably should clean this area maybe twice a year, so I'll do it every 6 months instead of just once a year. So not only was the dust and dog fur all over the floor, but it does accumulate on this ledge here. This is our stairway, and when I mop and vacuum, I obviously can't fit those items in between the railings. So I have to grab a cloth and wipe this down to clean it. And it definitely is something that gets put on the back burner. It's something I forget about a lot. So with my couch out of the way, this is the perfect opportunity to get this cleaned up. I am also going to be wiping down the wall and the baseboard as well. So just from vacuuming underneath where my couch was and a small portion of the area rug, I had already filled up my entire vacuum canister. So I am going to empty this out so we can continue on vacuuming. Now I am going to be getting this rug out of my way so I can vacuum and mop the floor underneath. I am not going to be steam cleaning the rug itself today. I do hire out a company twice a year to come in and professionally clean all of the carpets and all of the rugs in my house. So I'm not going to be doing that today, and they're going to come in a couple of weeks and get that done for me. Speaking of hiring out companies, I feel like I have not given you guys a rental update in a month or so, pretty much since it's happened. So we do own a rental property, and if you saw the video I posted at the very beginning of January, our rental got trashed. And I also wanted to say I am shocked at the amount of people who are telling me that it was normal wear and tear on that video. I have so many comments on that video, and it is shocking the amount of people who thought that was just normal and I shouldn't be complaining about cleaning it up, and it really wasn't a big deal. If you watched that video, I feel like most of us would agree that that is not normal wear and tear. They were letting their dogs use the basement as a place to go to the bathroom. I think that poor dog was locked downstairs half of the day when they were at work, and it was disastrous. I just don't know what else to say about that. Agree to disagree, but I know that is not normal wear and tear. But we did decide to go through insurance for this because we did end up having to rip out all of the carpets, and there was just a lot of work that needed to be done, and we ended up starting to accumulate a lot of costs. So that's why you have insurance, and that is the route we decided to take. We have gotten everything settled with them, and we're just waiting for the actual work to start. So I'm hoping that's going to be this month, but who knows with insurance? Maybe it'll be next month, but I will keep you guys posted. I will take you back over there for a little tour if you are interested. It does look the same right now as the last time you would have seen it because nothing has been done. We are just playing the waiting game right now.
It really does make such a huge difference not being able to see a bunch of dirt and dust and stuff underneath the couch. It just makes the entire room feel a lot more clean. So I'm happy I tackled this, and we should be good for another 8 to 12 months.
I am going to be moving this cabinet as well because, as you can see, more stuff has accumulated underneath here. So I wanted to make sure I was cleaning every single space in this living room. I didn't want to leave anything left behind. So we're going to be moving this so I can clean behind it and underneath it as well. Something else that I have avoided talking about because I just feel like it's not my personal business. It is about one of my children, but I did share it almost a year ago exactly. I was actually cleaning underneath the couch in that video as well. That was the last time I did this. But I shared in that video that my son Grayson had a seizure, and it was the most terrifying experience of my entire life. I still can't really talk about it without getting emotional, but I am very happy to say that we are officially 1 year seizure free as of tomorrow. So that is a really good feeling, and I'm just very happy to feel like we're making it out on the other side. It was a very scary, traumatizing moment for everybody. We had a ton of tests done, and he did get a diagnosis, and it is something that he will outgrow. So we are so beyond thankful for that. It is not something he's going to have to deal with forever. It is a very short-term thing. So we will go from there. I will probably share more about this in the future. It's just something, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not something I want to share on such a platform, if that makes sense. But once he's outgrown it and this is ancient history, I'm sure I will be able to talk more about it comfortably, if that makes sense. But I did have some people asking why he had a camera in his bedroom because he is my oldest, and why does he have a baby monitor? But it is not a baby monitor, it is a seizure monitor. So I just wanted to clear that up for anyone who was wondering, and then maybe it just makes more sense. But thank you guys for being supportive. It still feels like yesterday that we were dealing with this, and it is completely changed. We are on the other side of the fear, and it just feels really good. But thank you guys always for respecting it and sending us all the love. Now I am going through with a magic eraser and cleaning all of the baseboards and wiping down the walls and the windowsills. You can't tell on camera, but trust me when I say this area, especially where the dog bed is, was quite dirty. I always rip my magic erasers in half just to cut down on waste and what I need to use, but this is how dirty it was after cleaning this corner. So now I'm going to use the other half of the magic eraser and clean this corner as well. I do apologize that some of these clips are a little darker. I am going to be cleaning the windows, and it's hard to film that without directing the camera into the light of the window, and sometimes that just makes the rest of the picture a little dark. But I could not tell you the last time, if ever, that I cleaned these entire windows, and this paper towel shows you how much dust was sitting on the windows. I, of course, clean the bottom half of the window where the fingerprints and the dog noses touch, but I very rarely pull the blinds up all the way like this and clean the top half of the window. In my mind, it just doesn't need it because it doesn't get dirty, but the amount of dust that had stuck to the window and settled there was very surprising. So I am also going to be adding this to something I need to do at least once a year because, like I said, I truly could not tell you the last time I cleaned the entire window. We are also in need of cleaning the outsides of the window. So once the snow melts, that will be added to my spring cleaning list for the outside of the house. I absolutely love our house. There really is not much I would change about it, but I would love some more direct sunlight. These windows are huge and big, but they are north facing, so we don't get a lot of the sun on the back of our house. It all comes in the front of our house, and we don't really have any windows on our main floor facing that direction. The playroom window upstairs gets a ton of natural sunlight, but that is the one thing I feel like we are missing in this house. I would love to have the sunshine in here a little more. I have not yet updated my calendar for February, so we are going to take a quick minute to quickly write February onto this calendar, considering we are already a week into the month and it is a short month. I truly cannot believe that we are 3 weeks away from March. That just blows my mind, and I feel like this year is flying by so quickly. Usually the month of January drags for me, but this year was different and I feel like it went super quick. This is also one of my favorite views in my entire house. When I can see my living room and the office, I just feel like it's so beautiful and cozy, and I just love it. Now we are heading upstairs into my bedroom, and the first thing I am wanting to get done in here is strip my bed and get that into the washing machine because I do like to wash my bedding every single week, and I think I was a day or two late. So first things first, we're getting the bedding in. I fully acknowledge that my bedroom is an absolute disaster. I think this is the last room that I have to catch up on since Christmas. My entire house took a beating over the Christmas holiday. I took so much time off when it came to cleaning. We were dealing with the rental, and I just wanted to enjoy the holiday with my family. So cleaning took a big spot on the back burner, and I am just catching up in every area. And my bedroom is the last area that I have to deal with. So this is the last room that was a disaster, and I am finally done playing catch up. My kids picked out these hilarious leprechaun hats for school for St. Patrick's Day. We were at Walmart and they found these and we just couldn't resist. They were only $5, which surprised me. But this is your friendly reminder to make sure you grab the stuff for Valentine's Day and for St. Patrick's Day early, because I find if you wait until closer to the holidays, you can never find what you are needing. So I always make sure to grab this stuff right when I find it. I did a Costco haul in last week's video, and this is some of the bulk items that I purchased for my bathroom. So I set them here instead of just putting them away when I had the chance. I have no idea why I did that. Those are the little habits that I have to break for myself. So I am just moving everything where it belongs now so I don't have to deal with it again. We have Mac's crate back up in our bedroom. He doesn't really use this anymore, but we do have it in here for when we have workers here for the basement. Stuff is finally happening for the basement. I think they are coming in this next week to finally start the rough-in and framing it all out. We have a plumber coming, and then after that, the electrician comes and gets it all done, and progress is finally happening. They did give us the time frame for the entire basement to be completed by the beginning of April, I believe is what they said. So I am so excited to have it done. I'm so excited to take you guys along with me. I'm going to want your input on lots of fun things like paint colors and finishes and fixtures. It's going to be such a fun process, and I cannot wait to have the basement as a usable space and also see our vision come together. We have so many big ideas for down there, and I am very excited about it. Okay, that is going to be it for today's video. I have a feeling this video might be a little shorter than what I usually post, and I'm sorry about that, but I am exhausted. My entire house has some sort of bug. We're all exhausted. We have headaches. Grayson and me are both very sinus filled, but no one's coughing, no one's sneezing, and Quinn had a low-grade fever. So I don't know if it's like just a little cold. I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling it today after all of the cleaning, and I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm exhausted. But thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. It feels really good to start my spring cleaning. I know it is a little early, but I needed to do it. My house is looking like it needs a good deep clean, and I did skip a lot of my spring cleaning last year, and I don't even remember why. I have no idea why I didn't do spring cleaning last year. So we're doing it early this year, and room 1 is done, 10 more to go, and we're gonna start chipping away at each room as the next month or two go on. But again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support more than you know, and I will see you guys all again very soon with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hello you guys, and welcome back. We are continuing on with my decluttering series, and I think you all may have known that this specific video was coming. This room is one of the most troublesome rooms in my entire house, and we are going to be tackling it today. We are going to be doing a huge declutter of the playroom. I will be honest with you, I was dreading this one. I do not enjoy cleaning this room. It is always very overwhelming, and I really struggle on what to keep and what to get rid of. So I'm hoping this is one of the last times that I have to be in this room for a good 6 months. After Christmas, we did receive a ton of new stuff, and it does accumulate very quickly. So out with the old and in with the new, and I was needing to make room for everything. Every bin is overflowing, the shelves are full of stuff, and I just feel like it is very messy and very cluttered. My kids do not play very well with their stuff when the room is a mess, and I find that they are just so much more creative and productive when they have less things to choose from. My kids are aged 8, 7, and 4, and I have really noticed that they have all started to change their interests and the toys that they enjoy playing with. My older 2 kids have really been into the Lego right now, and you will notice the shelves are covered in it. Grayson is also very fortunate to be collecting a ton of Bionicles. That is what is in the middle section. They don't even make these anymore, but my parents have kept these over the years. These all belong to my brothers, and they were so kind to gift these to Grayson over the last few holidays, and these are his current prized possessions. I try really hard to make sure the playroom is evolving with my kids as they get older and their interests are changing. I want this space to always be a place that they enjoy, and I want it to be full of the things that they actually love. So I knew I was going to be able to get rid of a ton of stuff today, whether that be into the trash or into a box for donation. But my goal of the day was to just make sure everything was clean and organized and decluttered. The first thing that I was doing was moving all of the Lego sets to the right side of the shelving unit. I just thought it was a good idea to keep these all together, and they are just nicely displayed on the shelves here. And then we are going to focus on getting all of the toys to fit on the left side of the shelving unit. So I am quickly just dusting off all of the shelves, and then we are going to focus on narrowing down the toy collection to make sure it fits into these 8 slots. So we have this Light Bright on the shelf that is pretty much brand new in box. Grayson got this, I think, last year for his birthday, and it's been played with once. And that's not because nobody would want to play with it. It's because I truly just forget about it sitting here on the shelf because there's too much going on, and I just didn't notice it through the mess. So I am excited to get this out when the kids get home from school because I know all 3 of my kids would enjoy this, but I really think this would be a great one for Quinn. I am always looking for new fun stuff to entertain her. She is a very busy 4-year-old, and I think she's going to love this one. Now it is time to start going through all of the toy bins, and I wanted to be ruthless when it came to decluttering this time because, like I said, I don't want to spend any more time in this playroom than I have to, and I was throwing out everything that was small. So all of the pieces in this packaging right here, these were the things I was looking for to get rid of. I hate the small toys like this that come with sets. So these are from a Barbie set and they are still in the packaging, which tells me my kids don't play with them. So any little piece from any set that we owned was getting thrown in the garbage this day. The only thing I was keeping for the Barbies was the clothes because of course my girls love to dress their Barbies in the clothes. So I have one bin dedicated to the Barbie dolls and then I have the second bin for all of the accessories, and I was just throwing out all of the little plastic pieces like the little fake cups and hats and purses, things my girls don't use and they just end up thrown everywhere around the room, or we lose them down the cracks of the couch or behind the TV stand. Those are my least favorite toys ever. One of my kids brought this cardboard box up, I think last week, and they were potentially going to make a craft with it, but they haven't touched it yet. So I thought it would be perfect for a donation box. So that is what I am going to be using it for. It was a little bit on the small side by the time I was finished decluttering, but that is what this box is. Everything going into here is going to be sent off for donation. I was determined to get all of the toys that I was wanting to keep to fit into 7 or 8 bins. The reason I chose to have that many bins is I did want to make sure everything was categorized properly. So I did mention earlier that 2 of the bins were dedicated to Barbies, one for the dolls and one for the accessories. I knew I was going to be keeping the magnetic tiles. That is something my kids have always played with. One of the bins was for Polly Pockets. Another bin was for the Marble Run. So that did only leave me 1 or 2 bins to decide what I wanted to do with those. Usually I always keep a miscellaneous bin. It's kind of annoying having a bin that still looks messy because there's really no rhyme or reason to what is in it, but I feel like you always need that because of course not every toy is going to fit into a specific category. So we do have 2 different types of magnetic tiles. We have the ones that I am putting in the plastic bin here that are a solid tile, and then the ones that are hollowed out are going into the donation bin. I don't think I have ever seen my kids play with these ones. They are just taking up space, and we just don't have a need for both of them, especially when they don't play with the one type. You can't tell on screen, but I was having a really hard time getting rid of some of the stuff in this room. I was so sad to get rid of the last Little People figurines that we had, but my kids have not played with these in years. I probably could have decluttered these years ago, but I was having a hard time getting rid of them, not my kids. I was also very sad to part with the dress-up dresses. My girls don't even fit into these anymore, and they are ripped and they've really been through it. I have so many pictures of both of my girls wearing these dresses, and it did just break my heart a little bit to get rid of them. If you guys saw my New Year reset video at the beginning of January, you definitely saw that we brought in a lot of new stuff over the Christmas break. I was happy that a lot of the toys that my kids did receive for Christmas were things like Lego and craft kits and things that didn't necessarily end up in the playroom. A lot of the toys that I am currently decluttering are from before Christmas. I am not getting rid of any of their new stuff. I am getting rid of the old toys that they no longer play with. My kids are slowly phasing out of toys. I feel like they are still very much kids, and I don't know when I stopped playing with toys, but I don't know. I feel like I had a little more time. But Gray really isn't into any of the toys. He still likes the magnet tiles and he likes to build the marble runs, but his interests have definitely steered away from toys and he's more into the big boy stuff like the Legos and the Bionicles. Rowan loves her baby dolls and her teddies and she loves Barbies, but that is the extent of it for her. And then Quinn is still my toy player. She is only 4. She turns 5 a little later on this year. But it's crazy how quickly they grow out of the toys and get interested in different things. Quinn got this Melissa and Doug wooden ice cream set. She absolutely loves this. This is definitely one of her favorite toys right now. So I am just setting it up for her and putting all of the pieces back where they belong. And then I'm just going to store this in the corner out of the way.
I feel really good about this. I feel like I really narrowed down my kids' toy collection and I truly only kept the things that they still play with. So I have a bucket of Barbies and then this bucket is full of Barbie accessories. We have this bucket here that has all of the baby dolls in it that the girls still play with. We have our magnet tiles, which is always a hit. This bin is a few little dress-up clothes for these larger Barbies or dolls. My girls still play with those, so I'm keeping them. I have a little bucket of Polly Pockets. This is a miscellaneous bin. I feel like you need a miscellaneous bin. It's unfortunate to keep little random toys, but of course not everything is going to fit into a specific category like these. And then I have this bin, which is the marble run. So that's something else they still play with. And that's it. That is all we have. This box here is stuff I am going to be donating or selling. Like this leapfrog set is a great one. And my kids just don't play with any of this anymore. We have the ice cream set we are keeping. Quinn got that for Christmas. And then all of the Lego sets and the Bionicles. I think I might still go through the books. I could probably get rid of half of these because my older kids read chapter books now. And Quinn doesn't need 100 books to go through. So I'm still working on narrowing things down, but I feel really, really good about where I am at with the toys. So a couple months ago, I was telling you guys that I was having to cut back on my caffeine intake because I was having heart palpitations. So my doctor did order a heart monitor for me just for 48 hours, just to see what's going on, just as a precaution. I really don't think there are any issues. I truly do just think I get them. But I went today to get it on and I am already so over it. It is so uncomfortable. It feels so bulky. Like you probably can't even really notice, but it's this like this is the monitor. And then I have like little stickies like this. I have 5 of them. I have 3 under my bra strap and then I have 2 up here, but there's so many wires and it's just uncomfortable. So I just tuck that in my shirt and hopefully I can get away with living a normal life for 48 hours, but I can't shower, I can't work out, I can't get it wet in any way. and it's itchy. I'm over it already. I'm excited to get like the results back and just make sure everything is good, which like I said, I truly do believe everything's fine. This is just a precaution. But I want to rip it off. I'm so uncomfortable. So that's a little update for that.
So now we are moving on to this side of the playroom, and as you can see, it is also very cluttered and messy. So I am going to just go through and clean off all of the surfaces so we can also dust and vacuum. We did implement an allowance for our kids a couple months ago, and it has been going really well. I feel like I told you guys I would update you on the progress and if we were going to stick with it. And yes, it has been going well and we will be sticking to it. It kind of has fallen off in January. We haven't really been doing the allowance, and I just needed to reset the entire house. We fell so far behind over Christmas break. I have talked about that on my channel already. I feel like I am behind in almost every aspect of my life, and my house is right up there in the messiest it has ever been. I am trying to get everything decluttered and organized before I start my spring cleaning, which is going to be starting up very shortly. So many rooms in my house are gross and needing a deep clean. So that will honestly probably start up in February. But what I was saying about the allowance is we have fallen off over January, and I feel like my kids do struggle to reset the room themselves once it gets to a place that there is no going back from. Once it's this messy, I find they really can't get it to where it needs to be by themselves, which is completely fine. I even struggle, and I'm an adult. So when a room does get away from us, I always like to get back in there and reset and reevaluate so then they can stay on top of it again moving forward. I really didn't think I would end up throwing out too much stuff since I was in here just before Christmas, so I was pleasantly surprised with myself that I was able to fill an entire garbage bag. The playroom and the 3 bedrooms in my home are the only rooms in the entire house with carpet, and I would love to rip the carpet out and put an LVP in here. The issue we have is our current hardwood throughout our house is a dark wood, and that is not what I would want to keep. I would love to eventually change the floor to a lighter flooring, and I would also love to get rid of the real hardwood. So we're kind of on hold with switching the flooring out in the bedrooms and the playroom, because then they wouldn't match because I would put a light floor in here, and I'm just not ready to switch the floor in my entire house, if that makes sense. So let me know down below what you guys would do. Would you switch out the rooms and just have them different from the hallway, or would you just hold off until you were ready to do the entire house?
So this is the state of the playroom now. This is Rowan's gymnastics bar she got for Christmas, and this is probably the most used item in this playroom right now. My kids absolutely love to play on this. Justin actually has a double bar there as well that he uses for working out while we're up here, and the kids love to hang on that one as well. So it's like they have two, which is great, but I'm happy with this. This feels really good. This side ended up being dedicated to mostly Lego, and then the Bionicles here, books here, and this side is dedicated to the toys. We have this giant Tetris set here, and that's what this bag is. It's all the pieces for that. I put their little tent behind the couch, and then of course we have the Lego table still, but things are narrowed down a lot. This is, of course, the least amount of toys we've ever had, especially after Christmas. I'm feeling really good with this. So I'm hoping I don't have to come back in this room again for at least a good 6 months. That would be nice because I always dread it, but it is the room that feels the best once it's done.
So after I filmed that clip, I realized that I forgot to go through all of the books. So we are going to take a couple minutes to just go through all of the books and see what I wanted to keep and what I was going to get rid of. I was making a pile to keep, which is the majority of the books. And then I made a pile for donation, and then I made a seasonal pile because we had quite a few Christmas books still up here from last year, and I will just put those downstairs to store for next year. I didn't end up getting rid of as many books as I probably could have, but I have a hard time with books because I always encourage my kids to read, and it's a great thing to do. So I wanted to make sure my kids had a selection, and I know Quinn will be going through these throughout the years.
So these books here I am keeping. I feel like it is still a lot, but my kids do read every single day, so I'd rather have too many than not enough. These books here are all seasonal, so Christmas, Easter, Halloween, so I'm going to put those downstairs into the seasonal bins. And this pile here I am going to be donating. So I feel like that's a good chunk, and it'll clear up some space for the new books my kids get. It's only 4 o'clock and it's already getting so dark outside, but I just got home from Costco. So I thought I would do a Costco grocery haul because it has been a while since I've done one and I always love watching them. And I would love for you guys to guess how much this all cost me, because this was probably the most shocked I've ever been when I got to the checkout. It was absolutely absurd. So here is a quick overview of everything I purchased, and I will show you each item individually just in case you are interested. I always love a good Costco haul, so I have fun sharing them as well. So to start, I got a pineapple. I got 2 boxes of these Built Puff Bars. These are the best protein bars I have ever had, and these flavors are the best. They are so good, and I'm so excited that my Costco got them in bulk. I got this spring mix. I got a 2-pack of this mouthwash. I got a 2-pack of Head and Shoulders for the boys. I also got these protein bars as a little sweet treat at the end of the night, and they just look delicious. So I got those as well. I got 2 packs of razors, 1 pack for me and 1 pack for Justin. I got some whipped cream, some syrup in bulk. I have some olive oil, some garbage bags, some chicken bouillon, mushrooms, 2 packs of this Korean barbecue. It's kind of like a beef jerky. It's really yummy. I got some toothpaste, some potatoes, some corn, which I dropped in the parking lot. That's why it's all muddy. I got strawberries, raspberries, carrots, a pack of chicken breast, some taco seasoning because we are running low, some cheese, lean ground beef, dentist sticks for the dogs. I got a pack of the Fairlife chocolate protein shakes. I always have to get these when my Costco gets them because they sell out so quickly, and then we might not get them again for a month. I don't know why. It's not something they just have in stock at all times, but I always pick those up. I have some baking soda, some Tylenol. I feel like I buy Tylenol maybe once every 5 years, and we finally ran out, so I got another bottle of that. Some fruit snacks, some Oreos, some recycling bags, a 3-pack of bread, some juice boxes, and a flat of Cove soda. And this must be their spring summer collection because it's pineapple, orange, and green apple. I'm really excited for the green apple. That's really what sold me on this bulk pack. So this is everything that I purchased. I will say, before you make your guess, the razors alone were very expensive and protein stuff is expensive, but it's still absolutely absurd. I'm still shocked about it. So did you guys guess? Because I'm confident no one's gonna get it correct. So the total of all of the stuff that is just laid out here on the island, there's nothing else, was $788. Isn't that insane? Also, I had a cash back for our credit card. We get like a 2% reward coupon every year, so that was $1,500. So luckily I didn't have to pay out of pocket for any of this, but it still really hurt because that's obviously still money that we could have spent elsewhere. And I do like to stock up every single year at the beginning of the year when we get that coupon on stuff like our razors and our garbage bags and things that aren't really fun to buy because it feels kind of like free money even though it's not. But that is everything I got. So yeah, let me know what your guess was down below. That is going to be it for today's video. I have to get all of these groceries put away and I pretty much have to start dinner. My kids all just got home from school, so the second part of my day begins. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all again very soon with a brand new video. Bye guys. Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are jumping right into the video today because I did just get home with a grocery pickup and I was just about to put everything away, but my pantry is an absolute disaster. I really can't fit anything properly onto the shelves. So I thought, why not pick up the camera and get something productive done and take you all along with me. So that is where we are going to get started today. I will take you for a little tour so you can see all of the mess because it's pretty bad, but I hope you all enjoyed today's video and let's go take a look at what we're working on.
So in last week's video, we were decluttering and organizing my office, and I said that I thought that that was the last room that needed to be gone through, but I completely forgot about my pantry. This is another one of those rooms in my house that is an absolute disaster to the point that it is not really even functional anymore. So I am ready to get this tackled today. This is another one of those jobs that I was absolutely dreading. I don't know what it is about the pantry, but it is no fun to clean. I don't enjoy it, and I am determined to never let it get like this again. Over the years, I am sure you have heard me say that quite a few times here on my channel, Every time that I tackle a neglected space, I always say I never want to let it get like that again. And I have done a very bad job on following through with that statement. I always feel so bad about myself when in a couple of months a space looks just as messy and cluttered as it did when I dealt with it months prior. One of my New Year's resolutions for myself in 2025 was to stay on top of the mess, and I have actually done quite a good job when it comes to projects like these. As you guys saw in last week's video, if you did see my office decluttering video, it was a mess in there and we got it all cleaned up, we got it organized, we got it decluttered, and it still looks perfect. And I intend to keep it that way. And same goes with the pantry. Once this was done, I am going to stay on top of it the same way. I am just trying to take a couple minutes out of every single day to just reset a room or a space to the same state that it looked like at the beginning of the day. So I don't get the accumulation and the crazy messes in these spaces. And that has really helped me. It was one of those things that needed to change, and it was a lot of work. It didn't come easily, unfortunately, for me. I am not someone who is just naturally organized and naturally clean. I know I have an entire channel on YouTube and an entire business built on it, but it does come with work for me. I know some people love cleaning and love organizing, but that truly has never been me. The thing that gets me through cleaning and organizing and going through a space is how I feel afterwards, how I feel when I have the organization done and I have a clean and beautiful space to be in. That is what always gets me through, but I don't always enjoy the process. Over the years, Justin and I have definitely been making this house our home. We have done a lot of makeovers and a lot of renovations, and the pantry is still on our list of rooms we would like to change. Don't get me wrong, I do love my pantry. The size is fantastic. There is so much storage in here. I love having the countertop in here for our microwave and our air fryer, but there are changes I would like to make. These shelving units are a good size, but I would love to have them closed. I would love to put some cupboard doors on here and just make it look more aesthetically pleasing. It'd be nice to hide a lot of the messes on these shelves. And then there is a lot of shelving off to the right side here, and the sizing of the shelves is very strange. I will show you later on in the video once we get to that space, but you can't fit a lot of snack bags and chip bags and other types of larger items into that area, and that is where a lot of my problems come from, because then I don't have a place to put stuff. I like to organize all of the food in my pantry into categories, and I can't do that on a lot of those shelves because so many items don't fit. I think a lot of the shelves were made for canned goods or drinks and things like that, which is great, but there's a lot of shelves in the smaller size, and I know I could utilize the space so much better if I just had more height to each shelf. I do not like wasting food, and I really didn't think I would be throwing much out this go around, but all of these snacks expired in 2024, which is crazy to me. I feel like it has not been that long since I went through my pantry, but both of these expired in May of last year. So they're no longer good. I have to throw almost all of this out, which is such a bummer. I would have been putting this in the kids' lunches if I had just
gone through my pantry and knew what I had. So not ideal, but it is what it is.
So Justin surprised me on December 1st with the best surprise I've probably ever had. He created an advent calendar for me for the month of December, and I have been having so much fun with it. Now I understand why my kids love the elves so much. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Christmas elves. They come from the North Pole and bring little treats for the kids, or they play tricks, or whatever your elf does in your house. But on December 1st, our elf brings us an advent calendar for the kids to open every single morning until Christmas. Well, Justin created an advent calendar for me and surprised me with it on December 1st. I cried when I saw it. It was just such a nice gesture, and I just feel so special every single morning. Like I said, now I understand why the kids look forward to the elf and are so excited about it. Who doesn't want to wake up to a special little surprise every single morning until Christmas? It has been so much fun. I did share about it over on Instagram, and I am sharing what I get a lot of the days. So if you are interested in seeing that, I am just at Aleah Martins on Instagram. But day number 1, he got me some pajamas, which were so cute. On day number 2, he filled a jar full of all of my favorite candies. On day 3, I got a new winter Kindle case, which I absolutely love. And day 4, he got me a new crew neck hoodie because you guys know I am a big sweater girl. And then day number 5, I got a very special Christmas ornament. So I am already so excited to see what I get tomorrow. And it has just been so much fun. And he just knows me so incredibly well. He is a very good gift giver. And I just wanted to share it because I just thought it was so thoughtful and just such a good and fun idea for Christmas time. I like to sort the kids' school snacks into these clear acrylic bins, and I do like the way these look on the shelves. But the original reason I started putting the snacks into these bins was because the average snack box didn't fit on the shelves in my pantry. So I had to move them into a different type of container, and these ones fit perfectly, and they do fit a lot of snacks. So I'm glad I did it. But you can see that this shelf is so short and so small, but I wanted the kids to be able to reach the snacks on their own. So I couldn't move these up higher, and I couldn't move them any lower because I need a taller space for the sauces and all of that stuff. So I'm sure you get what I'm saying when it comes to the sizing of these shelving units. I would just love for all of the shelves to be the same size, and I would want them to be the size of the shelf I was just wiping down. I think that would be the perfect size for all different pantry items. So I think that's what we will go with in the future.
The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. When I'm with you, I am not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side only you can see, and I don't need any other help.
And now we are moving on to the drink shelves, and these were my favorite shelves at the end of the project. I had enough cans of drinks to fill this shelf with all different rows of different drinks, and it just looks so pretty and organized once it's done. I just really liked the way it looked.
I know you've got secrets, but I can't keep them, and we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open.
I have really been enjoying bubbly, and Justin really likes the Cove soda. So those are a majority of what we currently have in our pantry. We do enjoy Diet Pepsi as well, but we have been trying to back off of the caffeine because we do also drink coffee during the day. And I have also been loving the vanilla Coke for the holiday seasons, but it is impossible to find. I was able to get my hands on one case to try it probably 3 weeks ago, and we have been on the hunt ever since. I cannot find it anywhere in my city. So you guys will have to let me know if you also buy it. Have you been able to find it? Because I am very sad that I think I might not be able to get it again until next year.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky. When you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
Before moving on to the final shelves of the pantry, I did just want to take a minute to break down all of the cardboard that I had slowly been accumulating throughout this process. There is always so much cardboard when it comes to a pantry clean out, and I just wanted to get it out of my way so I had a little more space.
Talking to you gave me butterflies.
As you will see in this clip, when I am down on max level, it is almost impossible to get anything done. He is the biggest cuddle bug of a dog. He does not understand that he is 150 pounds. He thinks he is just a little lap dog, and he always wants to be right in your face. He is 2 and he is large, so he's still a puppy, but he's not. And it makes it hard for the poor guy because he just doesn't understand how big he is. Now we are going to start on these bottom shelves, and I don't understand why I have 3 packs of mustard, and I also had 3 packs of ketchup. The ketchup is easy. We go through a lot of ketchup in our house with the kids, but I don't think I'll be able to use this much mustard, so I will probably be adding this to my food bank donation. I would also love to put some cupboard doors on these bottom shelves. These shelves hold a lot of the larger, bulkier items that are definitely not pretty to look at, and you can only make it look so organized. So it would be nice to just shut the mess into some cupboard doors, and it would just make the entire pantry look a lot more neat and tidy.
I was the girl all alone in the corner, drinking by herself on a Saturday night. You were the guy with your friends at the doorway, pretending that you had the time of your life. Had we met before, instant chemistry, I was so glad you came. Had we met before, laugh innocently, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, of fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. We were making our way through the town, yet never really wanted the night to.
Now that the pantry is cleaned and organized and everything has a place, I wanted to clean my microwave and my air fryer before I put those back as well. The air fryer was in pretty good shape, but but the microwave was not. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to clean the inside and the outside.
Wishing you'd stick around. Still, I was thinking we were just friends. Had we met before? Instant chemistry. Was so glad you came. Had we met before? Laughing instantly, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning or something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. It felt like coming home. Had we met before? Instant chemistry. It took me a while to realize that you were the missing piece. It didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me when I was looking into your eyes. Wasn't love at first sight, fire burning bright, but now I know what it was. It was like coming home. Yeah, it felt like coming home. I was the girl all alone in the corner.
So this project ended up taking me almost 3 hours, which was a little longer than I anticipated. So I had to leave the mess for the rest of the night because we had a very busy night of sports and practices, and I wanted to film the aftermath in the kitchen. So it pained me to go to bed with my kitchen this messy, but this was now the next day, and we are going to finish up what we started. When you clean your pantry, it really does bring a lot of mess into the kitchen, and that is exactly what happened here. My kitchen was already a little messy before I started the pantry project, so it was definitely needing some love and attention once I was finished. I cannot believe we are nearing the end of 2025. This has by far been the fastest year of my entire life. My mom always warned me as I get older, the years will go by faster and faster, and that is definitely true. This year started off a little rough for us, and that honestly is an understatement. We did have some issues come up with Grayson at the very end of January. We had a medical episode, and it was the scariest moment of my entire life, and it really set the year off with a negative tone, but things are all good. We're doing a lot better, and then we did get to go to Portugal for 3 weeks in the summer, so that was the most amazing trip, and it was definitely the trip of a lifetime. And the rest of the year was fairly uneventful. It was a good year all in all, but like I said, 2025 started off rough for us. So I would be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to the fresh start of 2026. I know a new year doesn't really mean anything, but it does always feel like a fresh new beginning to me. So I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited to create some fun New Year's resolutions. I know a lot of people don't do them, but I love a good goal to work towards, and we always look forward to going through our list from the previous year at the end of the year to see what we were able to accomplish.
You feel so far away, though you're close. Where's your mind at? I wanna know. A penny for your thought. I wanna know what what's inside that heart of yours. Ooh, I feel paper thin. Ooh, when will you let me in? Do you let anyone get under your skin? You play it cool, but underneath I know you're hiding something. Do you let anyone get under your skin? I just wanna get to know you, so would you let me get to know you, boy? You feel so far away, though you're close. Where's your heart? I don't wanna know. A penny for your thoughts. I wanna know what's inside the heart of yours. Ooh, I feel paper thin. Ooh, when will you let me in? Do you let anyone get under your skin? You play it cool, but underneath I know you're hiding something. Do you let anyone get under your skin? I just wanna get to know you, so would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you, boy? Would you let me get to know you? Ooh, I feel paper thin.
I saw a video of a girl on TikTok who loved to use glass straws, but a piece of the glass straw broke at the bottom of her drink and she didn't know, and she swallowed a piece of the glass. She ended up having to go to the hospital and they did a scope and they wanted to try and get the piece of glass out of her stomach, but I guess it passed through her stomach and they didn't want to risk retrieving it at that point. But I have not stopped thinking about it because I do use glass straws. So I am definitely getting rid of all of them, and I think I am going to switch to maybe silicone. I don't like metal straws, and I of course don't like paper straws. And I don't like plastic either. So maybe silicone is the best alternative, but it really freaked me out. And every single time I have tried to use one of my glass straws, that's all I can think about now. So it's probably not worth the risk.
I wanted to know what it's like to drive down Sunset Boulevard with you. And I just want to take one more bite of everything and every avenue. Like cold drinks, summer nights. Let's get a little too drunk. Are you down? 'Cause I just got to know. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, kinda makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to. I just wanna take one more sip. Drink it and I just can't get enough. Like the sun always crashing in, and the way you look at me. Yeah, I think I'm falling in love. Sweet talk, sun-kissed skin. Let's just go all in. 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Will you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. Wanna be with you now. Wanna see what the sunset looks like. Wanna be with you now. 'Cause I just got to move. Take a look at all the shining lights. Nothing beats that view. Would you meet me on the floor tonight? And it's California. I couldn't have warned you, baby. Ooh, yeah, this place just makes you, and it makes you want to. Yeah, it makes you want to.
So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. I am currently recording these voiceovers on Friday morning, and I will have this video finished and up for you guys very shortly. I've been posting my videos around noon my time, so that is the goal for this one as well. I am also going to start filming my next video this afternoon. I am going to have 2 videos up next week on Tuesday and Friday, and I may also have 2 the following week. I have 4 more videos to get done before Christmas, and I would like to take a little bit of a Christmas break. So I'm going to try to get those all done by December 20th. So I will have lots of content coming your way. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all very soon with another new video. Bye guys. And welcome back for another video. I'm not exactly sure where today is going to take me, but I do have a long list of things to get done. We are going to be starting things in my playroom closet. This is where we keep a lot of our games and things like that, and it is a mess. So I am really wanting to tackle that before Christmas, and I'm also probably going to tackle a couple other kids spaces that need to be decluttered before the holidays, because as you guys know, you bring in a lot of new stuff after Christmas and it can be very overwhelming if you are not prepared. So I am going to have a drink. I have a little pick-me-up. It is an A&W diet root beer. I don't like root beer, but I love the A&W brand, and this is sugar-free and caffeine-free, which I have to have. I've been having palpitations with my heart, so my doctor said no more caffeine after your first morning coffee. So no more caffeine pick-me-ups in the afternoon, but this is a good alternative. But I'm going to crack this open. We're gonna get started, and I hope you all enjoy today's video.
You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about, only chasing highs. You need me, he brings me.
So this closet is where we keep all of our board games, our puzzles, and a lot of my gift wrapping stuff. So it can get disorganized very quickly if I am not staying on top of it. My kids love to come in here and pick the games they want to play or get out a puzzle or an activity. And they, of course, don't always put things back where they found them. So it does get messy and disorganized pretty quickly. I have not decluttered and organized this closet in probably at least 6 to 8 months, and I feel like it is definitely showing. This is another one of those areas in my home that if I just went through it once a week even, it would only take me a couple of minutes to just make sure it's still looking good and still organized. So I am definitely going to add that to my weekly routines. I have talked about this quite a few times over the last month or so. It has definitely been a theme of my videos for the last little bit, but I am so tired of the neglected areas around my home. I have had quite a few areas where I can shut the doors just like this closet, and I can hide the mess from the world. So it is easy to just throw things in here that don't belong, or to just ignore the disorganization and the dysfunction. And I am so tired of living like that. I have tackled quite a few heavy hitter projects over the last month, and it has felt so good. And that has been my inspiration for getting more areas tackled like this closet. So I really hope you guys enjoy this one, and I hope it motivates you to tackle maybe a hidden mess that you have around your home. I wanted to start this project by taking everything out of the closet so I could just have a clean slate and decide what shelf I wanted everything to go on. I wanted to put the stuff that I didn't want Quinn to be able to get into on the higher shelves because she is the mess maker of the family. She is only 4, so that is to be expected, but she definitely contributed to 85% of this mess. She is also big into board games right now. They are her favorite thing to do. She wants to be playing board games every second of the day, so she does love to come in here and pick which ones she wants to play, whether it be with me or Justin or her brother and sister, and sometimes she is even grabbing the board games to just kind of play with the pieces by herself. So I wanted to make sure I had the more complex board games and the board games that can't be missing pieces to play up higher, so she is not grabbing those ones, but I do leave any of the board games that she enjoys the most on the lower shelf so she can still help herself to those. I also want to make sure I put all of the gift wrapping stuff up high. There is no need for any of my kids to be playing with this stuff, so I don't need to worry about them reaching for it. So now we are back in the playroom, and I want to just go through all of the board games that we do have in this pile. I wanted to make sure everything still had its pieces. There were a lot of pieces from games just loose on the carpet, so I was trying to sort those into the correct box. I also knew some of these board games were missing pieces that we no longer had. We did also have some games that were broken or that no longer worked that I have been holding on to, so I will finally be letting those go today as well.
Your skin, you play it cool, but underneath I know you're hiding something. Do you let anyone get under your skin? I just wanna get to know you.
Speaking of Quinn being obsessed with board games, if you have any really good board game recommendations for a kid around her age, please let me know what it is down below. You guys can kind of see which ones we have here, but we are always looking for another good game to play as a family. So let me know what your favorite is.
A penny for your thoughts. I wanna know what's inside the heart of yours. Ooh, I feel paper thin. When will you?
This closet is another project we will be eventually tackling. As you can see, the paint color inside this closet is yellow. If you can believe it, this used to be the color of my entire house. It was awful. I really disliked this paint color. And not only were all of the walls yellow, but our kitchen was painted green. It was just insane, in my opinion. I don't know who chose the paint colors in here, but they definitely weren't my taste. The only areas we haven't repainted are the closets. We have this closet here and our linen closet in the hallway upstairs. Those are the only two areas left, and the reason we didn't paint them is because we would eventually like to get rid of the wire rack shelving and put in some wood floating shelves. It is on our list as per usual. I feel like we have a never-ending growing list of projects we want to tackle, and we will eventually get to them all. I feel like this project wouldn't take too much time. It would probably just be a weekend project, so maybe we will tackle it this winter, but I think it would look really good repainted and adding some nicer shelving.
When will you let me in? Do you let anyone get under your skin? You play it cool, but underneath I know you're hiding something. Do
I have organized this closet quite a few times, but I think this is the happiest I've ever been with it. And I think this is a really good setup to keep it under control. I put all of the gift bags I have here and then some gift wrapping paper there. I put all of the games for Quinn at the bottom, so she's able to reach these herself, and then all of the puzzles that my kids also like to do. I put some of the older kid games at the top here where Quinn can't reach them because a lot of these have small pieces, and if we lose more than one piece, the game isn't really good anymore. So the stuff I don't want Quinn to have access to is on this second row, but the stuff for her is here. And then I put all of my gift wrapping stuff on this shelf. I put all of the cards, the tissue paper, bows, baskets, that sort of fun thing. And then all of the adult games are in this corner here, and just stuff we have for gift giving up there. And then just some miscellaneous stuff that I have up there that we don't really use, but I also don't want to get rid of. So I think this is a really good setup, and there is nothing better than a freshly decluttered and organized space.
I decided that the next room I wanted to clean was going to be Grayson's room. I also desperately needed to declutter and organize his closet. My son Grayson is 8 years old, and he is a major collector of pretty much everything. Anything he gets from a goodie bag or a holiday or something he makes, even if it's just a piece of paper, he wants to keep it all. Everything is sentimental to him, which I love, but it does make for a very stressful environment for me. It is his bedroom, and I do respect that, and I do try and keep his room like he likes it. But it comes to a point, usually once a month, where I need to get in here and get rid of some stuff. He has yet to ever notice anything I get rid of, and I do save most of his things. I can usually determine what is important to him and what he won't notice missing, but I am still his mom, and I do have to take charge sometimes because he only has enough room to collect so much stuff.
I see the door you closed is open wide, and a better version of me inside.
Gray was telling me this morning that none of his pants fit him, and I did not believe him because we did just go back to school shopping in August. So I made him show me a pair of them, and they were very small. So that was the first pair I took out of the drawer. They were probably 1.5 inches too short. So I decided to go through all of his pants, and I was shocked that he was correct and none of his pants were fitting him. I thought he was just being dramatic because he does, of course, have his favorite pairs, and those were in the laundry. So I thought he was just wanting me to wash the laundry early so he could have his favorite pairs. But nope, he does just not fit any of his pants anymore. So that is the pile that I am putting aside for donation, and I decided I better go through his pajamas as well. I did go through the girls' clothes back in probably August or September, but I didn't go through Gray's stuff, and I guess it was time for that. So I was going through his pants drawer, his pajama drawer, and his shorts, and I was shocked at the amount of stuff that I am going to be donating. I luckily don't need to go shopping just yet. We do have a lot of clothes for our kids, way more than they actually need. So once I do get the laundry put away later in the video, his drawer for his pants was back to full. So luckily I don't have to go shopping, but I can't believe how quickly he is growing.
Some things change, are lost and found, or gone forever. But this is what you are to me, like a body of water. Seeping through the edges of my soul, and getting harder.
So now we are going to start going through his closet, and this was the area that I was dreading the most. As you will see in these clips, it was a disaster in here. Like I mentioned, he loves to collect everything that he receives, and it just gets to a point that it can't continue. So I am going to go through all of the shelves in here, and I do end up getting rid of a lot of this. Like I said, I do know what is important to him and what he won't really notice missing, and I do always take that into account. It is his room and it is his stuff, and I would never want to upset him by getting rid of something that is important to him. Something that I view as garbage can be very important to him, so I always keep that in mind. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I find that Christmas can be very stressful if you are not prepared for it. If you are someone who likes a clean and decluttered and organized home, bringing in mass amounts of stuff at one time can definitely be overwhelming. So I do highly recommend preparing yourself for all of the new stuff that you know will be coming into your home. And that is what I was trying to do this day. I was trying to clean and declutter and organize all of the closets where I knew my kids were going to want to put their new stuff. Also, sorry if you can hear Zeke barking. He is deaf and almost blind, so I think he thinks I'm not home as I'm in the bedroom here. But what I was saying is it can be overwhelming. So I always want to prepare myself and get rid of the stuff that no longer is used or we no longer need or want. So we can make room for the new fun stuff that everyone is going to be getting for Christmas. I've switched to spearmint tea now, and I just wanted to show you guys the cutest mug that I got from HomeSense. It was $6.99, I believe, and it's almost like a matte texture and finish, and I just thought it was adorable for Christmas time. I'm not sure anyone even noticed or was wondering, but yes, the inside of Gray's closet is pink because this used to be Rowan's room. Once we had two girls, we decided to move them into the bigger room. So we did a little switch of the rooms a couple of years ago, and we just never got around to painting the closet. I am going to eventually tackle this. It's not something that bothers him or that he worries about, so it's not high on my priority list, but I do know as he gets older, he probably will want this painted, and I think moving forward, I'm just going to paint the closets white. So then if we are changing the paint colors in the bedrooms, I don't have to worry about the closets because they are just white and neutral and they can match any theme or color. A fun little fact about my cleaning videos is that I almost never do the laundry in my cleaning videos. And that is not because I have a lack of laundry. I have baskets and baskets of laundry to do on a daily basis, but I do worry that watching me fold and put away laundry is boring. So you guys will have to let me know. If you do enjoy the laundry motivation in a video, let me know down below because I of course can include it, but it is one of those things that I worry that it's just kind of boring to watch. So I have always avoided adding it to my videos.
I've been around, you've got a hold on me. I remember.
I brought the laundry basket into the girls' room and I planned on finishing up in Gray's room, but since we are virtually done in there, I decided to just quickly clean the girls' room first because I was dreading it. Their room is another one of those rooms that just gets messy so quickly. My girls are a lot messier than Gray. There is two of them, so I am sure that contributes to a lot of the problem, but they have a lot of stuff. They are always changing their outfits and putting on makeup and doing their hair and all of the fun girly things, but that can add to a mess very quickly. So I just wanted to get their room reset and ready for the week ahead. I feel like Rowan just got this vanity for Christmas, but it probably was at least 2 years ago she got this, and I feel like she has already outgrown it. It is quite a small vanity. She was 4 or 5 when she received it, so it does fit Quinn really nicely, but I think we are going to have to upgrade her very soon. Maybe that will be her 8th birthday present, but I would love to get her a real vanity with drawers and a big mirror and all of the fun lights and things like that. I think she would absolutely love it, but I truly cannot believe how quickly my kids are growing up. It's actually kind of scary because I am just so not ready for their littleness to be gone. And as always, when I am cleaning their rooms, I have to go through their closet and all of their shelves. When my kids clean their room, their version of that is putting things on a shelf or in a drawer, which truly is not a big deal. I appreciate the effort, but my kids do not clean like I clean. So I do always like to get in their rooms and give them a reset so they can stay on top of it a lot easier for a few weeks. And then once a couple weeks pass, I do always have to get back in here and just kind of reset the space how I like it. And then that just helps them stay on track for the rest of the week.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights, talked about everything.
So now we're going to go through and just dust off all of the furniture. And one of the areas I always forget to dust off is the top of the circle gold mirror in here. So I finally remembered, and look how much dust had accumulated on top of it.
I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud.
I cannot believe there is only a few more weeks left of 2025 and then we are ringing in the new year. I do have a couple more videos going live in the next week or two, but then I will be taking probably a week or two break for Christmas and New Year's, but I will be right back at it with a ton of new videos starting in January. My first video of the year is always my New Year reset. It is one of my favorite videos to film every single year because it is cleaning up the chaos that is Christmas. It is always very overwhelming, but always so much fun and so satisfying to get done. But I do have 2 more videos that I am going to be posting before Christmas. I think they are going live either Tuesday, Friday next week, or Friday and the following Tuesday. It kind of just depends how my schedule plays out. So make sure your notifications are on so you do get notified when I do post. But they are going to be some fun ones. I was wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing any wrapping included in those videos. I have so much Christmas wrapping to do. It's not even funny. So I would love to include maybe some gift wrapping if that's something you want to see at the end of a video. But this next week before Christmas is going to be absolutely insane with work. And then, of course, on top of all of the mom things I have to do for Christmas, all of the kids have all of their themed days for Christmas. Each day is something different. There is wear a Christmas sweater day, then I have to make sure they have Christmas hats and Christmas socks, and then they have a turkey dinner at school, which is super fun, and I'm going to be volunteering for that. They also have a concert on Friday that I have to attend. Quinn has a family Christmas party on the Monday, and then they also have a decorate yourself day for Christmas, I believe. So I'm sure you guys know if you are moms, the last week of school before Christmas is absolute chaos. It is so much fun and the kids absolutely love it, but my plate is definitely full for the next 8 days.
Loud, laugh out loud. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down.
That is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for being here. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or click the hype button down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye, guys.